when y'all turn 50, ladies, you gonna be begging to have somebody split that rent. You gonna be begging to have somebody split that rent and fix some shit in the house. Give you and have a
What?
warm body to live next to. I'm trying to
What?
tell you.
Jesus.
What did that come
Listen,
Man,
from?
look, it's about to go left again. I see. God damn. Look, let me
I
say
know
this real
it's
fast before it goes all the way left. Because real dope already certified. Every man should be a goddamn trick, and most men can't be the trick that real dope is talking about. Most men can't do that. Most men can't pay a woman's rent or 50% of her rent, and he's living somewhere else. They can't do that. They barely gonna pay rent if they move in together, let alone pay rent in two different spaces. They can't do that. Now, I don't know who that host is. He ain't shit. This motherfucker, if he's supposed to be his goddamn friend, he's the worst type of friend. He's a friend of me. You better watch out for him, Michael, because he tried to set your throat down. You didn't feel comfortable enough to share the shit, yet he kept poking and poking and poking. Now, like I said, he may not be a friend. He just may be a host trying to get some information. I understand that. But if he's supposed to be your friend, dog, you tell him fuck you and get up out of that goddamn studio and be done with him. Now, with the situation about this other stuff, dog, no, like I said, most men can't afford to pay nobody's rent like that, real dope. And you talk about paying for it and you don't give a damn about who she's fucking? Dude, that is crazy.
we always come back from talking about a $200 million man to regular niggas. Like,
I don't give a shit how much. Dog, you talking about paying her rent and you no longer with her. She's getting new dick in her mouth, as Willie would like to say. And you okay with that?
So you gonna pull back, you gonna pull out on the deal.
Hell yeah. I'm not gonna be in the deal. So this wouldn't matter to me. I'm on the outside looking in, watching you be the fool and pay a goddamn rent while I'm coming over knocking her down. See, I'm gonna knock her down. Real dope. You need to run that money in, dog. Rent due on Tuesday. Get that money right.
You got to be a
signed
stupid if you're gonna fuck a girl in an
you
apartment.
You make a deal. You made the deal already. Then y'all
they
break
do it
up.
all the time. They call Pookie's will. They live like that.
Yeah.
Pookies live like that.
Pookies must be bulletproof too.
Up on me. Pull up. Ouch.
I had a Pookie in my Section 8 apartment house. He was living. I let him pass. I could have reported it. I could have ran her paperwork in, but I didn't because he was.
If you report it, that fuck your money up too. So yeah, we definitely not gonna
he wasn't living there too?
It would. You said what?
He wasn't living there too?
Yeah, Pookie was living there. He ain't supposed to. He's not on the paperwork.
He's not on the voucher. So if he's not, only people that can be in that household are the people who end up on your voucher. So it's usually the woman and her kids. But what a lot of y'all tend to do is when y'all Section 8 women, y'all will go get a Section 8 spot and then move a nigga in and tell them your rent is $600-$700. And then have that nigga paying that rent to you and you paying a $16-$18 a month rent that Section 8 is charging you. It's a very common scam, or we'll just say a finesse that Section 8 women use. And as a landlord, I'm not gonna snitch on you because I don't want to fuck my money up. Because if I go tell on you, then they're gonna kick you out of my spot, and then I gotta wait another month, maybe. Well, it don't take long to fill out a Section 8 spot. I gotta wait a whole other month to get a new tenant, and in between that, I gotta go do all of them saying turnover shit, wash the carpets.
It depends on how they left it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it ain't no point.
The athlete, the basketball player, he wasn't living with the girl when he made that.
He was just there when he was in town. He was an athlete. That man on the road 6 months out the year. So when he was in town, he was in town. Like,
so he wanted her close, and he knew she couldn't pay the rent, so he agreed.
We don't know about that part. I just know that he knew she couldn't pay the rent, and he agreed to pay the rest.
Because he said when he went into the agreement, he knew he was paying something she couldn't afford.
Yeah, he said that.
So what he said was she was looking for a new apartment. She was looking at some things, and he was talking about, she's like, this out my budget. And he was like, listen, you want to stay here? You like this place? I'll split the difference with you. Just pay what you can pay, and I'll pay the other half. So he allowed her to get into a situation where she couldn't afford it without him. So he never should have did that in the first place, but he did. And then they break up. You gotta be a man of your word. Like
he should never done that either.
He should have never did that. I'm saying
because she knew she was dating a basketball player, an NBA player. So it's like the odds. I guess what he did must have been really bad. But if I told a guy, like, say he had a car and I guess I was paying half his note, and I told him I'd pay it for a year, and we broke up. I would still pay it because obviously I made that agreement because it ain't tricking if I got it. So I agree with you. If he made that agreement,
there you
and
go.
he went
There
through
you
the
go.
agreement. And then he also went into the agreement knowing for a fact that she could not pay that rent. I do feel like that he should keep his end of the bargain, especially since she didn't do anything. What did she do?
So you telling me if you got with a man and you're paying for half of his car and he breaks up with you and riding car with another female, you gonna still finish paying because you said that you was gonna pay for a year?
Yeah. If I still care about him, why am I mad that he's in the car with another female? That don't make no sense.
Because that's what females do.
Can y'all just
that's
admit
what females do, but I dated mostly women. I already know what females do. I'm not like most females. Now, I can't admit most women would do that, but you asked me what I would do.
So you wouldn't date a man. You're talking about a
You said who? No, I said I used to. I date men now. If I was dating a guy.
I'm so confused.
I thought I was very specific. If I was dating a guy and I agreed to pay half his car note for a year and we broke up, I'm still going to pay half his car note for a year. If I'm going to be mad about him, if I'm going to be mad about him in a car with another woman, maybe I should never broke up with him.
For one, Shanice, the question is stupid, right? Because y'all are women. Look, y'all are women, and no man should ever trust you to take care of him because y'all are bad people. If you in a woman's car and she get mad at you, she's going to tell you to get out. She's gonna say, get out and walk. She going. I had a girl tell me.
I'm just saying, if I put myself in that position, it's a character thing. To me, it's not about man. It's not about a woman. If you said you're gonna do something, I agree with you wholeheartedly. You should do it. Now, would I ever pay a nigga's car note? No. But we're talking about the situation. We're not talking about my life experiences. We're talking about their life experiences. And we're putting ourselves in their shoes. So as a person of your word, of your character, make sure you're not agreeing to things that you don't have. You know what I'm saying? Like, be careful what you agree to. You know what I'm saying? And I think people who are not people of their word, don't be careful about what they agree to. Because they're okay with agreeing to things and pulling back when they feel like
at the end of the day, you are. I know you're going to say like I don't care what you think. Of course, I don't believe you because you're a woman. And when you get angry, you are a different human being. You are a different person, and you can't control it. It just is what it is. You're going to turn into somebody else. That's what y'all do. I think as a man, this is why you never move in with a woman under no circumstance, because she'll gonna kick you out one day. Whenever she feel like she kick you out. Like girls say stuff and then they apologize, like, "Oh, I didn't mean to say that. I just was, I'm sorry for saying that earlier." I don't apologize for anything because I don't say anything that I didn't mean. Now I might say something I didn't want to say. Can I finish?
No, that's why I stopped. That's why I stopped. Go ahead,
I
brother.
might say something that I didn't want to have to tell you, but I'm never going to say something that I did not mean. Women say stuff that they don't mean when they're upset, and they'll end up apologizing to you because they just said something like, you're going to do things and say things that you don't mean because that's how y'all are for whatever reason. I don't know, but a man should never move in with a woman.